You see, if someone told you back in the year 2000 that one man would still be dominating Russian politics more than 2 decades later, you'd probably think they were exaggerating. After all, world leaders come and go all the time. But that's exactly what happened. Vladimir Putin became president in 2000. And while presidents, prime ministers, and chancellors across the world changed repeatedly, Putin somehow remained at the center of Russian power. Now, naturally, that raises a very important question. How does one person stay influential for so long in a world where political careers often rise and fall within just a few years? Well, to understand that, we first need to go back to the Russia of the 1990s. And honestly, it wasn't a particularly easy time for many ordinary Russians. The Soviet Union had collapsed only a few years earlier. The political system had changed, the economy was struggling, and millions of people suddenly found themselves facing an uncertain future. Many families saw their savings lose value. Businesses failed, jobs disappeared, crime increased. For a lot of people, it felt like the country had lost both stability and direction. Russia was still a major country, but many citizens felt it was weaker than before. There was a growing desire for leadership that could restore order and rebuild confidence. Then came Vladimir Putin. At the time, he wasn't yet the global figure we know today. But he entered national politics at exactly the moment many people were looking for change. What made Putin stand out was the image he projected. He appeared calm, disciplined, and decisive. Whether speaking publicly or dealing with crises, he projected confidence. And confidence matters, especially during uncertain times. When people feel instability around them, they often gravitate toward leaders who appear capable of restoring order. Putin's message was relatively straightforward. Russia needed stability. Russia needed stronger institutions, and Russia needed to reassert itself on the global stage. For many Russians, that message resonated. They weren't necessarily looking for dramatic political experiments. They wanted predictability, security, and a sense that things were moving forward again. Now here's where the story starts getting really interesting. Most people assume political power comes only from elections, but long-term influence is usually much more complicated than that. Power often depends on institutions, relationships, public perception, and the ability to maintain support over long periods of time. And Putin appeared to understand that very well. Over the years, he gradually became associated with stability itself. For many supporters, he wasn't simply a political leader anymore. He became a symbol of continuity in a rapidly changing world. But stability alone doesn't fully explain Putin's longevity. Another important factor was the image he carefully cultivated throughout his years in office. You'd often see photographs of him meeting military leaders, addressing national issues, or representing Russia internationally. The message was consistent. Putin was presented as a strong leader. Whether people agreed with his policies or not, the image itself became incredibly recognizable. And in politics, recognition can be a powerful asset. At the same time, Russia experienced periods of economic growth that improved living conditions for many citizens compared to the difficulties of the previous decade. For supporters, this reinforced the idea that Putin's leadership was producing results. Stability and economic improvement became closely linked to his public image. But of course, not everyone views the story in the same way. Critics argue that political competition has become increasingly difficult and that opposition movements face major challenges. They point to concerns about political freedoms, media influence, and the concentration of power. These criticisms have been discussed both inside Russia and internationally. Supporters respond differently. They argue that Russia faces unique challenges and that strong leadership is necessary to maintain stability and national security. And that's where the debate often begins. Because whether someone views Putin positively or negatively usually depends on how they weigh these competing arguments. What's fascinating is that both supporters and critics agree on one thing. Putin has become one of the most influential political figures of the modern era. Think about this for a moment. Entire generations of Russians have grown up with Putin as the dominant figure in national politics. Many have never known another leader with comparable influence. That level of political longevity is extremely rare. Democracies change leaders. Governments come and go. Political movements rise and fall. Yet Putin remained central for decades. He has navigated economic crises, international conflicts, political transitions, and major global events while maintaining a significant role in Russian politics. Whether you admire him, criticize him, or simply find his story interesting, it's difficult to deny the scale of his political influence and longevity. And honestly, that's what makes Vladimir Putin such a fascinating figure. Not simply that he gained power, but that he managed to keep it for so long. Because in politics, gaining power is difficult. Keeping it for more than 2 decades, while remaining one of the most recognizable leaders on Earth, is something far rarer. Love him or hate him, Vladimir Putin's story remains one of the most remarkable examples of political longevity in the modern world.